Hello, and welcome back to Basically Ella, where I teach you how not to be basic. Where weekly I come to you with this streaming website, Unicorns Live, and I go in depth, step by step tutorials on a focus feature. And if you were with us last night, you saw that we did a nice, quick, sultry, smoky eye, nice and simple, like vamped it up, even went a little extra at the end. That was last week, right?
You said last night.
Last night I read queer erotic stories with Unicorns Live. Last week I did the smoky eye. I'll get my days right. We're in a quarantine, right? Like every day's like rolling into one. But if you didn't get to see that live last week, it's still available to see on Unicorns Live. So if you want to check that one out from last week, that's pretty awesome. And like I said, if you have any questions that you want to add, just type it down below and then I can get to them. But so far there is no question, so we can just pop right in. Today we are doing blush and contouring. I'm going to show you how to slightly chisel that face, add a little bit of highlight, and then at the end I'm going to add a little bit more about extras that I do for my drag look. So first we're going to do the basic look, and then we're going to amplify it. You got it? Good? I was about to say bam, but I was like, I'm not Alexis Mateo. So let's get going. First, we're going to start with a lovely little contour. I like to use something that has a little bit more of a gray undertone to it. We're also going to use a nice brush. Oh, one moment. I need to put my hair out of the way, which is smart. So the cameras can see what you're doing. I'm doing. Oh, look, the man's coming out now. You're welcome. We are going to use a nice little angled brush. I like to use one that's chiseled. It is made for contouring, so you can put it right into the hollows of your cheek, which is fantastic. Mine's a little dirty. I've had this brush since I literally started doing makeup, and I don't know why I haven't replaced it yet. Maybe because it's still doing a fantastic job, but that just shows if you treat your tools right, they'll last forever. So properly clean them. We could do a video on that. Do you want to see a video on how to clean your tools in the future? So I'm going to take that, going to dab it in, and then once again, I'm going to deposit it where I want the most saturation of color. So I want that right here. If you're unsure where to start it from, you can actually take your brush and angle from the outer corner of your mouth and angle it right to the top corner of your ear. That is usually your safest bet on where to put your contour. So I'm going to start it up here, and then I'm going to do circular motions going down. Now I like to go circle upwards because it's okay if this line down here is a little bit stronger and it diffuses up, because we're going to diffuse our blush into it later by pulling it down. So I'm going to place the brush, little circular motions coming down. Add a little bit more because we want to intensify it. As you can see already, it's just starting to create like a nice little hollow on our cheek. And then same with the other side. So once again, angle it at that corner, bringing it down to the corner of the mouth, the top of the ear, corner to the mouth, and just bringing it down, circular motions going upwards. It really just helps to diffuse it when you do those little soft movements. You can go down and forth like that if you want, but it's just going to create a little bit more work at the end because you're still going to have to diffuse it. Unless harsh lines are your thing, I'm not going to judge. I'm just telling you what looks great on most face forms and what does really well. You can alter these however you want to your own makeup needs. And then we're going to go around the forehead. I'm just going to focus that mostly on the outer corner here. And then I'm going to bring it in. A lot of people like to call it the beige rainbow. You know, right around. Just up there. You want to leave that center part clear. Well, not clear, just no contour there. You're going to have your foundation there. Unless you have beautiful, luscious skin where you don't need it, then you're one lucky hoe. And then I want to get rid of my double chin, and you're gonna love this. But this is what I like to do when I first started, because I was like, where am I gonna put my contour? Where am I gonna go? I push my chin down, and you see all that? That's what I don't want. So I'm gonna look down again, and then just color it in that part. Because contouring, it may look a little bit intense at some points, but it was made for TV and television. Because the TV usually doesn't pick up the shadows. It gives that soft illusion. But HD TV kind of picks up everything now. HD TV? HG.
Oh, you're
No high definition, not home and garden. I got it. I got it.
You're right the first time.
I got it right the first time. So it helps to mask, even in photos. Like photos don't pick up the illusion of the shadow, just sees the shadow. So it helps to just really mask everything. So you may have that ugly look going like this, which is fine. And then after a while, you don't have to do that. You don't have to feel shame at yourself every time you look in the mirror because you'll get used to where you put it. So that I can just go, right here is where I want it. And don't forget to definitely bring this one down because otherwise you're going to have that 90s jawline just a little farther where you had that black mark. And another little trick, if you're wearing short hair, you're wearing hair up, don't forget to bring it up. My earring's in the way. Don't forget to bring it up a little bit behind the ear, especially if you're going to have your hair up, because otherwise your makeup's going to stop here and then you're going to have bald skin. It's not a good look. So definitely bring it up, bring it down. I'm not going to be that girl with one earring on. We're putting it back on. And then, yeah, that's where you'd place your contour. If you just want like a nice, soft, subtle look around your face, voila. But what's nice about these little compacts, you can, any contour palette will have like a soft little highlight color too. Just taking a little bit on a fluffy brush and just putting it under the eye. Not a lot because this stuff can get pretty white really quick. We just want to bring a soft, subtle highlight under the eye that doesn't have a sheen to it. And then right here, you can put a little bit there. I hope you can hear my cat. Can you hear my cat? Maybe. She's meowing. He wants to go outside. So yeah, right there. Doesn't have to be strong because once again, we're doing it for the basic girl right now. Or the girl that's just learning. Sorry. And then, since I always love to have a little bronzing look to my skin because I love the look of a healthy, glowy skin, I'm going to use a bronzer and I'm going to go lightly over where we just put all that contour. I know it seems counterproductive, but that shade that we put undertone is still going to keep that shadow, and then we're going to lightly dust it on top just to bring some warmth. You see that? Yeah, see? Add a little bit of warmth to that skin. And then with the contour as well, since we're putting blush on, I am only going to focus this on the top part there and then angle it downwards. So essentially I put, sorry, let's go this camera because you can see better there. We're going to, you can see where I put the contour there. We're going to put the blush just slightly above it and then angle it downwards so it's not going right where we had it, it's going right above it slightly. So it's going to still keep that shadow. And then without dotting the brush again, I'm going to lightly go over the top of the nose because you don't want to dip in and put it in there because you're going to go from sun-kissed to sunburnt really, really quickly. So I just want the softest glow on my nose just to tie it all in. Maybe a little down there. Once again, without putting more product on the brush. Beautiful. And blush time. I'm a big fan of blush. I flip and love it. I'm using an insanely orange color, as you can see. I just tried to like lift this up to the monitor behind it to see, but I realized that the camera's here. Like, hey, look at this. No. And there's a little bit of a trick to blush. A lot of people tell you like, make a big smile and then like put your blush on your apples of your cheek. But if I did that, you can see my apples of my cheek go way up here. And if I put that, my blush is going to sit there. I don't want it that high. So I could do that little half smile again. Remember, were you pretending that you're having fun or the guy's funny? So you do that and then just slightly there. And then you can see where you want it. And then, obviously we're going to blend that out. But then just start buffing it out. For someone that's new with blush, this is where you can stop if you want. And once again, the brush that I'm using, remember when I talked about before, if you watch past videos, that if you use a brush that's tapered, place the product on the top, and then you can use all these little bristles on the side that's going to diffuse it and blend out the color for you. So you don't have a lot less work to do. You want to do the brush, do the work, not to do so much for yourself. And that's it. But since I am a huge fan of blush, I'm not done. Ooh, look at that. Just make it orange. But then again, when I have this face on and I am going outside, I'm actually, I'm going to perform essentially. So the stage normally doesn't have these beautiful bright lights like this. They're a little bit, much, no, they are quite bright. Anyway, sometimes they're a little bit dimmer. So The blush, you just want it to stand out through the back row so it looks crazy. And another little monitor that I have that I'm looking at right now, doesn't have the same saturation you're seeing, but it looks like I just clown faced myself. And then I'm gonna put a little bit up here, a little bit across my nose again, maybe a little down there, without dabbing it in the brush again. I just want what's left on the brush. Oh, see, it looks so good. Maybe a little crazy, but it looks great. I'm a fan. There we go. But we're still not done. I'm still blown away by how crazy I look in that camera behind me and behind the camera. It just looks very, very bright. But we're going to use this highlighter, which I'm pretty sure I've somehow brought it into every single video. Can you see it?
It's much subtler.
Yeah. The camera's not subtle. Looks like I painted orange right on my cheek. But that's fine. I have used this highlighter pretty much in every single video, and I love it because it gives like the softest gold feature. If you're very, very fair, it might be a little bit deep for you, but we're going to highlight on top of my cheekbones because once again, I want to bring this feature forward. Actually, let's talk about the purpose of contouring. Why did I jump so far ahead and just get to this now? Like, we contour to chisel our faces, yes, and highlight. But contouring brings a feature back, and then highlight brings a feature forward. So when we contour in here, we want it to like recess, we want it to go in. And then when we put a highlight up here, we want that to come out. So down, out, it's gonna give that illusion of like a more structured cheekbone. And then same with the sides, we wanna bring that part in, because I do have a bigger, I don't wanna say masculine face, I have a bigger face. So I want to soften it on the sides, and then I just want to put a little bit here. Now, if you do have a more mature skin and you're slightly, I can't think of a better word for this, more textured, you don't want to use any highlight that has a big sparkle particle on it, because that's going to gravitate to any fine lines, and it's just going to amplify everything that you don't want to amplify. If you have something that has like a soft, like an overall sheen, like just I can't think of the word, like just an easy sheen, not opalescent, because that has the two tones to it, which can amplify things as well. But here, maybe you can see it on the camera. You can see how there's like no big sparkle in that. It's just giving, okay, that one. It's just giving like a very overall sheen. It's not going into any of like my pores. So that's kind of what you want. And I'm becoming at that age where if I go too big of a sparkle anywhere, things are showing. Don't want that. All right, and then I want to put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Just a tiny bit there. We want to bring that feature forward, a little bit down here as well. Once again, bringing features forward, bringing features back with the contour. And because since I really like to tie in all the shades, highlights, geez Louise, since I want to tie in all the highlights on my face, putting the same highlight right in here. Sorry, my cat's like, I'm gonna be right back. Sorry, he's like, he got in the butter. Get out of here, down. Thank you. I was like, maybe I could ignore this, but all I heard is, I was like, no, he's gonna vomit later and it's not gonna be fun. Anyways, put the highlighter right up here. Tie in all that highlight, bring it down if you need to. Well, no, yeah, bring it down. We want soft lines. Nope, no kidding. Oh, God, we're having such a good time today. All right, and then, so that's blush and contour, which went a little bit higher, but we still have a little more time. So we're going to go on what I would normally do if I have a little bit of drag in my life. So I'm going to go in with this third one. It's a little bit of a warmer contour. I don't want it to be as strong as that first one we used, which has that gray tone to it. I want something a little softer. So I'm going to put this in the Cupid's bow because I like to amplify that. And then I'm going to put a little bit more down here. Anyone can do this as well, but if it's just going to give a shadow under the lip again to make your bottom look a little bit more plump. So just down there. Tiny bit on my nose contour as well. Nose contour could be tricky. It's really easy to spot it. It's really easy to know, so you have to be very subtle with it. If you're looking at for your daytime look, drag, we want it to amplify a little bit more. So I'm just going to go right down the center of my nose, connect it with my eyebrow, then right down. Connecting into the eyebrow there is an easy way to mask the top of the contour, especially if you don't have eyeshadow going all the way up. So just like add it in there very, very lightly. I like to use just once again a little soft brush. It's a little warm in here again, so my my cat's saying hi again. There we go, just right down the center. You can leave them stronger if you want, but then I'm just going to softly diffuse that outer edge. It's warm in here, so like my I'm sweating a tiny bit. That's not just natural glow on there. So it's making my nose lift a little bit. Like my makeup, not my actual nose. See, just buff it out. Easy, easy, easy. That looks like contour to you, but it's actually just my makeup lifted. Please listen to more of my expert advice. And then just gonna take this lovely little brush here. And I like this brush. It's actually a painting brush that I have. But it's like the tiniest little square, and it's the perfect size for going right down the center of my nose. So that's where I highlight, just right down the center, going all the way down. We like to create that going on. See, beautiful. And then I'm just gonna highlight in between my brow bone. As you can see, I didn't do too much more for my drag or my my regular look, other than I added more blush, and I just contoured my nose and then put a little bit of contour under my lip and my frenulum. I keep it small. I could be wrong. If it's not frenulum, who knows? Beautiful. And then just to top it all off, because I am not a fan of a matte lip, use a lovely little lip gloss that has a pink tone, because it sits beautifully on a, like a peachy tone, it's beautiful on a nude lip. There we go. Now we're all set. You can go do your groceries, do whatever you want, sit at home, because that's essentially what we're all doing right now, and watch your favorite TV show. But at least you'll know how to chisel and contour your face and highlight for the gods, because what we all need for our face, a little bit of help when we don't have money for the plastic surgeon. One of those things. But yeah, she looks cute. She's ready to go. Let's hide my man hairline there. Oh, there we go. She's a lady. But yeah, thank you all for coming in again and checking out a beautiful episode of Basically Ella, where I taught you how not to be basic with your blush and contour. And you come up with this. A beautiful CDer, a lady of the night, a grocery shopper, a stay-at-home mom, whatever you want to call yourself. But please come back next week where we delve into something. I know we're doing eyebrows, but I think eyebrows is farther down. It's either, do you know what we're doing? Are you checking? She's checking for us. I say she, but Dustin, Mr. Balcom, is checking. We are doing eyeliner next week. So come back in and I'll show you tips and tricks on how I do my eyeliner, and I'll show you tips and tricks how to do it for someone that has a hooded lid, like myself, so it's a little bit more tricky. I'll do it the regular way at first because it's common. And then we'll do the liner for the hooded lid, because once again, I have all this real estate and it falls down, so then eyeliner has this weird swivel effect if you don't have this little lightning bolt with it. But please come in next week, next Monday at 12:30 again, where we talk about liquid liners. So thank you for coming and checking out Basically Ella with me, Ella Lamoureux.